Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
I'm terribly sorry about Monday's live stream. I was in a lot of pain, so I don't know how long I'm going to be going on for tonight. It all depends. At the moment, I'm sitting quite comfortably. So we've got Johnny in and we've got Mel in.
Hello, Mel. Johnny's Barbara's alive.
So basically, I'll just wait till it starts. Well, it started up now. I'll just explain what's been going off. Friday evening, I started with like cramping back of my leg. I were up till 6:30 Saturday morning because I couldn't get comfy in bed. But since then, it's all in my back, all on me. How should I put it? On my buttock cheeks, all the way down my left leg. I've had a word with somebody and they said it sounds very much like sciatica, which in layman's terms, it's like a nerve in your back, or in layman's terms, it's a trapped nerve in your back, which obviously it affects you, you know. So, it's a little bit better today. On Monday, I were moving all over the place to try and get comfortable. Now, yeah, I still keep having little twinges in my back and in my legs, but it does feel a lot better. Hi, Richard, how are you? So, yeah, it is a little bit better today. It's just a pain in the rear, if you know what I mean. Well, figuratively speaking, yes, it's pain in the bum, but it's no laughing matter when you're in bed at night and you've got like a pain in your back, cramp in your buttock, and cramp in your leg. So, but yeah, I'm sort of slowly getting there. Hiya, Jeff, how are you? So yeah, hiya, Crimson, how are you? Hiya, Happy Looks, how are you? So yeah, I'm not going on for a long time, but I just thought I'd come and show my face, let you know I'm okay-ish. I have been better, but I'm not too bad, if that makes any sense. So yeah, but oh dear, Johnny says he's twisted his ankle.
Uh-oh. That wasn't a good thing to know.
But yeah, if anybody knows what this sciatica's like, it's really painful. And I'll just sort of I mean, I've had 4 kids, and I says to Chris the other night, I says, give me having a baby any day at week compared to this pain. It's horrible. So oh, he turned around, but his foot didn't. But yeah, I know it's horrible comparing it to childbirth and everything, but women out there know what I'm talking about. Hiya, Steve, how are you? So yeah, I've been in a lot of pain. It's not too bad at the moment, so I'll plod on. It sort of took me all day to decide whether or not I were going to go live. He says, just sort of don't sit there in pain, blah, blah, blah. And I says, well, I'll leave it like till later on, see how I am. If I'm okay, I'll probably go for an hour, something that, to that effect. So you know, here I am, and some as I say, I Amjad, how are you? I got that tummy upset last week. And then of course this week. So you know, it's a case of I don't like letting people down. I want people to know, yeah, right, you know, I've been in a lot of pain, but I'm okay, if you know what I mean. Just letting you know I'm okay. Well, me and Chris were a right pair last night. Chris were down here till 3:30 this morning. His shoulder were killing him. He couldn't get comfortable. So I says to him last night, I says, well, we're a right pair, aren't we? You know, it was me with my back and my leg and my butt cheek and him with his arm. So I says, you know, hey, we've got Wacky in.
Wacky!
So yeah. And I says to Chris last night, I said, don't you just wish you could wave a magic wand and be fit and healthy, and you know what I mean? That was sort of my sort of outlook on things, you know. I says, you know, don't you just wish you could you know, wave a magic wand and, you know, not have all these aches and pains and be healthy and oh dear. Hey. Yeah. I'm just laughing at what Ian's put. Hi, Ian, by the way. So I said, Ian had a little bit of a mishap, should we say, the other day. Not yesterday. What day were today? Well, Wednesday. Monday, that were it. What's this about your butt cheek? Well, I was just saying, Wakey, this, well, Bella seems to think it might be sciatica, but it starts, it's a pain in like my ribs on my left-hand side. It goes all the way down my butt cheek and all the way down my left leg. So, so yeah, and same as I've just said, it's a right pain in rear, quite literally. Yeah, I tell you, I says to Pixie other night, I says, I've had 4 kids. I says, and I'll take that any day at week. The pain has been that bad. So, yes, but yes, Mr. Ian, DJ Ian, had a little bit of a mishap and ended up stabbing himself in the leg. Not intentionally, quite by accident, as you could say, like a fluke accident. So, yes, just let me just outline. He went to the doctors, they glued it and stitched it, and it was still bleeding. So basically, they sent for an ambulance, took him up to hospital, and they had to glue it and re-stitch it. 14 stitches, no less. Only glued and stitched up, I'm right. But yeah, so, you know, it's, I think we've all been in the wars one way or the other. You know, it were a case of, I spoke to him last night. He's okay, you know. But you see, this is the thing, Wakey. I've been getting the numbness, the pins and needles, plus it's like a cramp, but it's all the way from my back, all the way down my left leg, right down to my toes and my feet. So, oh yeah, he had them inside and out. But I was sort of telling him my son had a sort of similar thing, and it got like a V-shaped scar now. And it is when he did his, my son, it's all his like fatty tissue were all hanging at it, were horrible. So yeah, I mean, it was totally a fluke, Wakey, what Ian did. It was a total fluke. So anyway, I spoke to him last night, and he says, right, he says, I'm going to get on with, because he's laying some flooring. So he says, right, I'm going to get on and try and get this flooring finished before Sophie gets back. I says, well, just make sure, I says, there's nothing in your way, you know, make sure any sharp objects, there's no, you know, make sure there's no sharp objects in your way, because honestly, you couldn't make it up the way you did it. You know what I mean? Hiya, Gordo, how are you? So yeah, you know, all in all, it was just a fluke accident. You know, I mean, there's no other word for it. It was just a fluke accident. So, oh, he's made a shed. You know, when Johnny will have this afternoon, he's got all doors on, like, made his a shed out of old doors.
Ooh.
So, but yeah, he's like putting insulation and everything in it now. So it were a fluke, honestly, Wakey. I mean, the way Ian told me it, so you know, you couldn't script it really. It was that. You know what I mean? And Ian didn't even know he'd done it until he saw all blood, quite literally. So, oh, Gordo says, getting on well with the dehydrator. The dogs are loving the treats I'm doing. Oh, I bet they love you. So, and then to top it off, I've got snivels now and all. So I'm not doing very well at the moment.
It will be.
You know, I'd got the upset tummy last week. I've had this sciatica from about Friday, and now I've started with snivels. And I says, well, they say things comes in threes. I've had all my 3 now. That's it for about a year. But yeah, yeah, till next week. But you have to laugh about it. There's people worse off than myself, but it's just the fact that, same as I say, I kept sort of pouring it off Monday, and I says to Chris, I says, I can't sit here all night. I says, I'd be jumping about like I got ants in my pants because I couldn't get comfortable. And it were like, I were having to sort of tip myself to one side because I you know, I couldn't put pressure on this side. Pigtails, pig snarts, and veggie cubes. Ooh. So, well, it's at least there's one thing, Gordo, it saves you buying them. You know, it's got to be more economical than buying them. So, but you know, I mean, it's like, I mean, I know it's not same, but like when I gave Chris a haircut at weekend, and these, yeah, what do you call them? Clippers were only about 16, 17 quid. And I says to Chris, says, look at money. I says, over years, we've saved, we're buying these. You know, when you've got like two two lads, you know, and you do both the hair, that's sort of probably 20, 30 quid a pop there, just have their cut and whatever. So I says, you know, think of money what we've saved over years. We're paying 17 quid. Oh, yeah, I'm just multitasking. He's on mine and he's on another one. So, but yeah, you know, it's a case of, you know, I keep sort of saying, you know, I'll be glad when I'm better, when I feel better, when I can see I lie on my left side. Normally, I lay on my left side. So imagine if it's all down your left side, you can't. So I've been having to lie on the opposite side to what I'm normally lay on. Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying, Gordo. Yeah, it is economical. And because you see, with them dehydrators, and by the look of the one that you've got, you can do sort of loads in one sitting, so to speak. So, oh, Johnny had got these like two chandeliers, and he was saying, should I put these up in my workshop? And I says, well, put them up, I says, and then you'll be envy of all your neighbours. You've got posh lighting.
Just don't do what they did in Only Fools and Horses when it's taking them down. But I struck wrong one.
Years ago, as I left the house, the wind caught the door and slammed it so hard the glass shattered. Thought I'll see to it when I get back. Queuing in the shop, this woman said, your shoulder. Oh, I bet he's going to say his shoulder were bleeding. Oh dear. He says he never even noticed a 2-inch piece of glass sticking out. We see Ian didn't even realise he'd cut himself until he says, I was kneeling down on the floor. He says, and there were like blood everywhere. And it's gone straight through his trousers, straight through his boxers, and it got like a hole in his leg. Green tripe. Hiya, karate. Here's Mr. P. Is this like when you ask for permission to go see a football game at the pub? Hiya, Dolores. How are you? I'm a bit better. I still keep, because I've been talking to somebody and they say it sounds like sciatica, and it's like from my back or down my butt cheek or down my left leg. So yeah, it's a little bit easier today. So yeah, I'm not in as much pain as I were. It started Friday evening. I were awake till 6:30 in the morning on Saturday morning, because I lie on that side and I just couldn't get comfortable. No way, no how. So, but it has like eased a little bit. I mean, I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but I've been taking all sorts, Wacky, you name it, tramadol, gabapentin, cocoa, you know, I've been taking no caboodle. Well, anyway, I have this Algicel cream because I do have a lot of problems with inflamed muscles. So I says to Chris, I says, I Googled it basically. I Googled sciatica, and it says that massage helps it. So I says to Chris, I says, well, while you're pouring my cream on my knees and my ankles and whatever, I says, put a bit extra on this back of my calf and my back. I says, and like gently massage it. So that seems to have been helping it as well. Oh, pardon me. So no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. So have you given her a shake to see if she rattles? Yeah. Well, amount of painkillers I've took since Friday, I better sound like a maraca. You know what I mean? And Chris is just as bad because he's been having a hell of a lot of problems with his arm, his shoulder. So he needs to massage your butt cheeks. But yeah, it has helped. You know, I mean, it probably, you know, them that's got a dirty mind, it does sound a bit, you know, but it has helped tremendously. You know, the fact that this Algicel cream is, what's it? It's like, what do you call it? Oh, yeah. I forgot now. Anyway, it's because I suffer with these inflamed muscles. He keeps saying he's going to get one of these dumper trucks to get me prescriptions.
Yeah, one of them great big ones.
But massage needs to be in the lower back. It isn't lower back area actually, but it's more on my left side than, you know. And it did say, because I sort of Googled it, and it says if you massage the affected area on your back, because this sciatica, it's basically a trapped nerve in your back. So this says like gently massage it, and it could help it, if you know what I mean. Last time I asked my missus to massage something, I got a slap. I tell you something, Gordo. It's the only massage I've had that brought me relief. Let's just put it that way. You know, I'm not being facetious or anything like that, but yeah. You know, when you've got like pins and needles in your feet, and me left. This is the thing. My right foot were as warm as toast, and Chris can vouch for this. My right foot was as warm as toast, yet my left foot were like a block of ice. Well, that's partially true. What he said. He said, sort of. I says, after I'd read this thing on Google, and I says, they reckon massage is good for this sciatica. So before we went to bed, he says, oh, by the way, he says, I do extras. So it's partially true what he said. So, you know, and I says to him, I says, do extras. I says, you've got no chance. Yeah. I says, at the moment. So anyway, moving on swiftly. But yeah, it you know, when all's said and done, it has helped tremendously. You know, in back of my leg, in my back, it has helped. But but yeah, it has helped. It's surprising just what that little bit of, you know, little bit of massage does. You know, obviously it's done something, because I haven't been in as much pain today as, you know, I have been like yesterday and the day before. So it must be helping. He says, is this the convalescent home live stream? Yes. And I says to Crystal that last night, and I says, well, I says, what a pair we are. I says, we haven't got a decent joint, meaning, you know, arms or legs or whatever. We ain't got a
funny kind.
Yeah, not the sort of funny joint. Ha ha. But I says, well, together, I says, we haven't got a decent joint between us. So, oh yes, Wakey's put a thing in. I'll just go and have a look at it, see what it is. So, are you spending? I'm just checking it out. Ooh, magic wand massage. God, Bennett, have you seen how much it is?
Right on universal credit, you know.
Nearly 90 quid. I've got a joint of beef, will that do? But yeah, you know, what with him with his shoulder and his arm, and at me with my knees and my legs and whatever, I says, oh, Frankenstein would have a job. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not so painful today. Pixie's a little bit better. What a joint of marijuana do. I'll tell you, we're in that much of a tiz was last night between pair of us. Anything would have done.
About 5 then.
Hi, Vanessa, how are you?
Hello, Vanessa.
So yeah, I mean, you know, it's all right. I'm just I only put my phone on so I could have a look at that link that you know, that Wakey put in. So yeah, I think that's a bit out of our price range, Wakey. I mean, same as Chris says, we're only on universal, you know, we're only on universal credits. It's I suppose sort of in a way, you know, it'd cost same as I've been, you know, I've been reading up on this sciatica. It never goes away. It's just sort of. Hi, Kate. How are you? Frugal said he'd put you in a nursing home if I were him. If I were you. So yeah, but I suppose sort of. Same as I say, I've been reading up about this sciatica, and it's like you can go months without having a flare up, and then sort of, you know, you could be all right for 4 to 6 months, and then all of a sudden you have. I'm not too bad at the moment, Kate. I've been in a lot of pain. You know what I mean? It's. I mean, I've not been to doctors or anything, but I've been Googling it and everything, and it sounds like it's sciatica. Okay, then, Amjad, thank you for popping in, and I appreciate you coming in.
See you later, Amjad.
Oh, what you having? Anything nice, Ian? He says, I'm still here just cooking tea, etc. Well, I've gone all funny again.
Pizza.
I've got that buzzing in me ear. So yeah, so yeah, it's food. Ha ha. Trust Ian. I says, what you cooking? He said, food. Hey, we've got Bella in.
There she is. Crazy but all safe.
Check that last link. I'm just going on my phone again, Wakey, then, and I'll check it. Because see, if I check it on here, then it takes me away from live stream, you see. So that's why I do it on my phone. And I can check it. I can check it then, can't I? So oh yeah, I have Kate. You haven't seen it, have you?
Huh?
Hazy's new thing. It's built another guitar, and it's YouTube play button.
Oh.
Oh, eBay. Well, that's better. £11.26. It's an handheld wand. Is it a magic one?
Yeah.
Oh dear. It's £11.26, sweetheart.
That's not bad.
I'm going to save that one.
Yeah, I would.
Shall I add it to home screen? I'll add it to home
Hey,
screen.
for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not flaming waiting till Christmas. No, I'm in the USA. I don't know how I met this bunch, but I bet you're glad you did. So yes, one of a kind.
Oh, what's the goal?
Feels what? Feel like magic if you use it at the other side.
I think he means right.
But you see, I thought it was fantastic, Kate, and he did mention something about it on Sunday evening when he was doing his live stream. I thought, top secret, it's got to be something, you know, out of this world. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, I'm surprised as well, Kate, that nobody's thought of it before. But the end, it's got you'll have to watch it afterwards, baby. He's sort of done a time lapse of him making the guitar. It's what we're talking about. It's all right. Wakey's putting in
Know what it is, are you?
yeah, it's like a massager thing, like a handheld massager jobbo. Because of the problems I've been having with my back and whatever. So basically, Wakey's been putting, like, I mean, first one were off Amazon and it were about 90 quid, and Chris says, we're on universal credits, Wakey, we can't afford that. It's an industrial vibrator. But you see, the thing is, okay then, Kate, same as that. No, she's going to make a cuppa.
Okay.
She's going to get her refreshments. I mean, Bella will tell you, I'll settle for anything at the moment, you know, because the pain has been really, really bad. You know what I mean? As I sit here eating a sausage, Vanessa's put. But yeah, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Chris has been fantastic. You know, poor, you know, poor guys, you know, not only has he been having to put this cream on, he's been having to massage me leg as well. You know what I mean? And my back. But it's a case of, if we were to get one of them, you'd just be able to splurt cream on me. Not that sort of cream, by the way, either. You know, put the Algicel on my back, and that would do the trick for me. So so yeah. But you know, if it is sciatica, then you know it's not going to go away, and I might get shut of it. But dark oily. No, thank you, Richard. No. It says dark oily fish, mackerel, etc. is good for the bones.
No,
I'd need a you know, a dumper truck full on it for my bones. Question is with the cream, does this mean Chris gets an happy ending? No. I mean the Algicel type of cream.
Not the KY jelly.
No, and I'm not a fish person either, Dolores. I like my fish in batter. You know what I mean? That's about sort of
Yorkshire fish cake.
yeah. But the thing not from the chippies round here. But anyway, from what I've understood about reading about sciatica, it's something that can keep reoccurring. So it'd be handy to have one of them for when it does reoccur. No. I must admit the thought of eating raw fish, no. Not at all.
I don't like my food crawling on plates.
So, no, the thought of raw fish, no. I like fish cooked and covered in batter. You know what I mean? It's, so, no. The thought of, you see, like kippers or anything like that, oh, it like literally turns my stomach to think about it. I haven't actually had it diagnosed, but I've Googled the symptoms and gone on several things. And by what they're saying is, it sounds very much like the sciatic nerve, which, because see, what I was going to say was, about like a year ago, I had a problem with my back then. And I just thought I'd pulled a muscle or something. But having thought about it now, that could have been what were wrong then. And that were above a year ago. So, but this time, when it's sort of in my back, it's affected my leg and my feet and everything. It's sort of been a lot more severe this time than... I've got a couple of nervous people get on. Does that this mean I've got it? Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm exactly the same. The only fish I like, Bella, is it's got batter around it, and you have mushy peas with it and chips. So, yeah. You know, some as I say, we're not, how can I put it? Kippers are out like that. I can't stand them. Chippy Rop of the, don't you mean top of the road?
Oh, bloody hell.
Does awesome fear, don't you mean fish?
Bloody power! There's awesome fish.
But yeah, we lucky to have a chip shop just up the road, and we've never really had no bad chips or anything. What road? How long will it take me to get there? Park Grange Road, I think it is. Is it Park Grange Road?
Yeah.
So just Google it, Wacky. Same as I say, we don't have like takeaway very often, but occasionally, and if we have fish and chips, that's where we go, and we always have done since we've moved here. So, but yeah, I mean, their idea of a mini fish is about that big, about that long, and about that wide, and that's their idea of a mini fish. Okay, then, thank you for coming in, Frugal.
See you, Frugal.
So, oh, Ian's is even closer than ours. Says it's about 2 minutes away.
Ours is 2 minutes away, car.
So yeah, it's only like a little chippy, and it only opens. It closes about 8 o'clock, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of.
I think it's 8 during week and about 9
in summer, though, isn't it? As well, it stays open a bit longer in summer. It's sort of like this time of year. They only open till 8 o'clock. Hey, we've got Thomas.
Oh, Thomas, look.
So yeah, I mean, Bella knows. I mean, she's been here and she's had, Yorkshire fish cakes from our chippy near Norfolk Heritage Park.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Chris says. So yeah.
Yorkshire.
Yeah, not too bad. I just sort of decided at last minute about, I don't know, about 7:30. I was going to go live for a bit, same as I said. I'm not planning on stopping, hours and hours and hours. I just thought I'd come and let everybody know I'm okay-ish, you know what I mean? If I sit still and don't move a lot. Okay, then. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you for coming in.
See you, Dolores.
Oh, before you go, Dolores, did you receive that email from me? I did send you an email. So, I don't know whether you received it or not. But yeah, I mean, we look in that respect. Honestly, we've never had no complaints about that chippy up our. We see up I can see Tasda. Well, that's actually just that road from us. But yeah, I mean, their idea of a small fish is about that long, and about that wide. I mean, this is our we had one portion of chips between 3 of us a few weeks ago. Yes. So, oh, that's good then, Thomas.
Hey, nice one.
So,
no more pulling up for speeding, even though you were sat still.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought, what's it called now? That chippy, Norfolk. But yeah, it's like one portion of chips will feed the 3 of us. You know what I mean? And oh, Jeanette asked me to join the baking ladies, Dolores, but I declined so the others would have a chance. Yeah, I think you need a few lessons first, Bella. Oh dear. Well, this is the thing. I was looking on my phone today at like recipes I've got. So I says to Chris, I says, right, I'm going to send you links to these desserts, puddings, or whatever you call them. And they were a chocolate tart with like caramel sauce drizzled on it, or they were a banoffee cheesecake. So I says, I'll leave the decision up to you. I says, just let me know which of these two. Hiya, Jimmy C, how are you?
Hello, Jimmy.
I says, just let me know which one you prefer. So it was sort of umming and ahhing, and he says, oh, I think banoffee cheesecake. I says, like after Sunday dinner. So then Callum come down, and I says to him, I says, I've sent you Dad 2 recipes. I said to choose from for dessert after Sunday lunch. So I says he's chose banoffee cheesecake. So he says, well, how come you've sent him and give him choice? And I says, well, because I can. You know, he was sort of roughing and chuffing because I hadn't asked him which he preferred. So I says, well, I know you, Callum. I says, any dessert that I put in front of you, you'll eat it. So, you know, and last Sunday I made, what were it? Jam roly-poly again.
That was gorgeous.
But you see, the first attempt, it sort of, I didn't cover it up or anything. And it sort of obviously expanded, it all cracked, and it looked like a blob on baking tray. So what I did this time, I like combined 2 recipes, and it says to wrap it up in baking paper and then in foil and put a pan of boiling hot water underneath it, on the shelf underneath it. It turned out perfect this time. So I'm not blowing my own trumpet or anything, but it were 10 times better than last attempt I did at it. So yeah. So same as I said to Chris, I says, you know what they say, I mean it edible, Bella, don't get me wrong. It were eaten, but because I haven't covered it or anything, and obviously jam roly-poly expands, it sort of just looked like some, you know, it just like a big splodge on thing. Anyway, so same as I say, I'd read a lot of recipes where it says you put a sheet of foil and then put like baking paper on top of it, lightly grease it, and then wrap it up like a parcel. And then you put some boiled kettle, put a baking tin underneath the shelf where where you're cooking it. I don't know what it does, but it come out fantastic this time. So yeah, great success this time. So, you know, now I've got, you know, it off to a T. I can make it more often. It put me off a little bit last time, because I sort of, even though it's edible and whatever, it sort of put me off a little bit. And that's why some of the recipes that I do them beforehand, before I actually do a vlog. So, you know, but anyway, it's going to be, I think Chris chose the banoffee cheesecake. So, and this is him that's sort of not fond of bananas, but he chose the banoffee cheesecake. So yeah, so there you go. I probably will vlog it because it's first time I've made banoffee pie and I've done banoffee cupcakes. The only one I haven't done is a banoffee cheesecake. So yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, okie dokie then, Thomas. Same as I say, I'm not going on a hell of a long time, but you know, I'll hang on for you if you want. So you know, it's you know, if you don't at first you don't succeed, try again. I mean, it's like when I first ever made a red velvet cake, it didn't turn out well at all. So basically I found another recipe, I did it again, and it were all right. So you know, I have got I'm a 2 in front now. I think I'm 2 in front now. I've done banana bread with chocolate chips. That's one that's got to be uploaded. And I've done lemon brownies. That's the 2 that I've done that I'm in front. So, and obviously we're not being up to par. I've not really felt like doing anything. So I did make some of the ginger nuts again yesterday, just to keep myself active and whatever. So no, they were like it's like they were very lemony because you put zest and the juice in the cake mixture, but then you make a like an icing, if you know what I mean, and you put lemon juice and zest in the icing as well. So they were very lemony, and they just called lemon brownies. And them biscuits that I made yesterday have all gone.
I already said that.
So, you know, I only made them yesterday afternoon and they were all gone. But I have made them like several times. I basically, it's one of them things where I can do it with my eyes closed. It's just a case of brown sugar, golden syrup and butter in a pan, and then you put your flour and you know, nutmeg and cinnamon in with your flour. Just add the two together and that's it. I'm back. I lost my internet. Windows decided it was a great time to do an update. So yeah, I mean they're really simple to do, and the Jane Asher's ginger nuts or something. But it's same as I say. You put all your dry ingredients together. You put your sugar, your golden syrup, and your butter in a pan. Warm it up. Wait till it's sort of nearly boiling, and then add it to the thing, and it makes a dough. And Bob's your uncle. So you know, they're really simple to make, and they've always gone down a treat. I don't think Callum had any, did he?
They get a couple.
So anyway,
Huh?
He says Jane Asher has a ginger something, lol. But yeah, so same as I say, I found the recipe. I thought they look simple enough, and I've made them several times, so they do go down well. So you know, I mean, I can put the link in for you. So I'm just searching for the I'm just searching for the recipe. I'll put the recipe in the chat. Very, very simple to make. So while I'm sort of doing this, I've put let me just have a look on my phone what they're called.
Some lemony biscuits or something?
No, they called Jane Asher something or other. Something or other, yeah. That's why I'm looking exactly what they're called so I can search for them. So and then I can put the recipe. Jane Asher's ginger nuts. So that's what they're called.
Whoa.
So bear with me a minute while I look for the recipe. Why ain't it coming up with anything?
About Trollbuster, yeah, he never did come back with it, did he?
Oh. Right, let me try something else. Recipes. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just trying to find this damn recipe. Oh, the things I do. Oh, dear me. search. I might be onto something now. Hopefully. Still not finding it. Sorry, guys, I can't find it.
Post it in the group.
Yeah.
I found it.
I was with him when he exposed himself.
What?
I think this is on about Trollbuster. Yeah.
Good old trolley. There you go, Luce.
So yes, the foolproof recipe, basically, you know, not you know, blowing my own trumpet again, but it's, you just put all your flour and your spices and everything. You put your brown sugar, your golden syrup, and your sugar, your butter in a pan, and then just put wet ingredients to dry ingredients, and you know, just break some balls off and roll them, and there you are. There you go. It's Wacky found it. He said they'd be cold by the time I get home. He's found it anyway. Norfolk Park Fisheries, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Just up road.
Yeah, basically just up road from us. You're allowed to blow your own trumpet in it's your channel. Yeah. It's all right. I'm going back to Gordon Bennett. Let's see if he's got the right one. So I think that because it says something about
Ian's Drones.
Hiya, Ian's Drones. How are you? I'm just going to click on the link, Wakey. See if it's the right one.
I'll click on it, but it's up away from your channel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Wakey's put the link to it in. They are the ones that I make. So there you go. That's the link for the ginger nuts. How come I couldn't find it? But yeah, that link that Wakey's put in is the link to the ginger nuts. You know, very, very easy to make. And if they sort of very soft and moorish in the middle, you know, it's a case of it all depends how big you like them. I mean, it does say, you know, depending on the size, but if you want like a bigger biscuit, obviously they make less. But the smaller you do your balls, the more you can make. But I like something I can get my teeth into, and more than one mouthful, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So I don't make them small, but I don't make them massive either. So I like to. Oh, my nose is itching now. Sorry about this. Somewhere in between.
I thought my laptop broke this morning.
Yeah.
Let's turn it on.
Yeah, and Callum rectified it.
No, it didn't. Well, he said power, and that led me to power lead.
Yeah. Back to massaging balls again. But yeah, Chris says, "Oh, my laptop's not turning on or anything." Callum says, "Have you checked your power lead?" And it will like the black box thing, and it will where the power lead actually goes into the black box. It won't. How can I put it?
It was in, but it wasn't connected
It went all the way in.
It must have been dislodged somehow.
Yeah, it wasn't all the way in. So
That's what she
obviously,
said.
so it sort of been using it and run power down, and that's why it won't turn on. So, so yeah, so that was that problem rectified. So, yeah. Different day, same subject. Being right back, need to put kettle on and check my batteries. I know, I think I need to check mine. You know, same as I say, if you want something quick, easy, simple to make, Bella, sorry. They're your thing. I mean, nutmeg and cinnamon, that's all you need. Flour, or better still, get Baz to make them. And now the missus has decided to do the hoovering. Oh dear.
Hoovering at this time of night.
Well, she's probably been to work. So yeah. But you know, if you want something quick and easy to make, I highly recommend them. You know, he can't bake. You know, trust me, Bella, they're really easy and simple to make, and they're delicious. Tell you, I don't know how many I made yesterday. I think I made about 16 or 17, and they'd all gone this morning.
Time to be quiet, Jeanette, son.
Oh, that made me laugh. So next time we come over, or when you come here, Bella, I'll make you some. You'll love them.
No.
What?
Get Bella to make them while she's here.
Yeah.
She can take them home with her.
Yeah.
As long as she leaves me off.
Yeah. That's a good idea. What Chris has just come up with, Bella. Yeah. Next time you come here, I'll get you to make some, and you can take them home with you.
Me and Basil go photographing while you're baking.
So there you go. And there's no rolling out or anything. You just break a piece off, roll them into balls. And I'll tell you what I use to flatten them out. I'll just get a drinking glass, and Bob's your uncle. So don't ever buy one. They are crap, noisy, and the batteries don't last long. Yeah. I'm not answering that question. But yeah, you know, I mean, they're that easy. Even Chris could make them. So
that was a question.
You see what she's put. I've heard there's a 10-year train strike on the Warrington to Sheffield line. What? Because I'm making you bake when you come.
Well, you could do it, ballerina.
Yeah, I've got a single like hot plate, you know, and I'll be there to sort of guide you through it. Let's say, ever so simple, honestly, Bella. Ever so simple to make. You know, either that or we could get her making a Victoria sandwich for her to take home with her. So, you know, we'll have you baking yet, Bella.
Good evening. Good evening.
Just put everything over there, Callum. So, Callum's losing his trousers. He's lost.
Put that in you.
He's lost that much weight. He's losing his trousers. Well, his pajama bottoms, to be exact.
Oh.
I'll do my usual and stick my feet up on the sofa.
What are they doing to you?
But no, we're gonna have your baking one way or the Bella. So you know, no putting your feet up. I've got all utensils. I've got all ingredients. We'll have no excuses. So there you go.
Referee's disallowed it.
And I'll tell you something. Callum made some scones on Monday. I mean, last week he made like savoury scones with like a mushroom sauce. But this week he's made some all sorts. I had one yesterday. I said to Chris, I said, oh, I just fancy one of them scones that Callum's made. And it was a chocolate one. And I took a bite out of it and I said, don't tell me, Callum, these is like chocolate orange scones. He says, how do you know? And I went, you know, you're talking to a baker. Just one bite and I could tell they were chocolate orange. Darwin's put scones. So yeah, that one were nice. And then no, that was Monday evening. I had one, and it was, and then I had one yesterday, and they were like normal scones with raisins or sultanas in it, but it looked like they'd also got. Did you put some white chocolate pieces in them, or it mixed peel or something?
Which one's the other?
I had one yesterday and it looked like it had got white chocolate pieces in it.
Yeah, white chocolate.
Yeah, I thought it. Okay then.
Oh.
I'll see you later, Bella. It's all right. We're just trying to debate because I had one yesterday and it looked like there were white chocolate pieces in it. And I've just asked him and he says, yeah, there were. So I'll speak to you tomorrow, Bella, at some point. So let's fingers crossed, Bella, and I'm keeping everything crossed for you and hoping you have a good night. So there's another one here, Callum. Cup. Will you make me some juice, please?
No. Me?
Yeah, I've just said to Callum, will you make me some juice?
Oh,
yeah, Wakey says this coffee is lovely. Well, you see, we're both having these problems sleep-wise. Yeah, I know it's the pain, but we try to not have a coffee after about 8:30, 9 o'clock time. So I had Azy.
Daisy.
Yeah, just saying, Azy. I think the guitar looks absolutely fantastic. That's my cup and my glasses is there. So yeah, I did watch the time lapse, or I don't know exactly what you call it. Axie. Yeah. And I was saying to Kate earlier on, it were a brainwave. You know, I can't. You know, nobody's ever thought of doing anything like that. So I did think it were absolutely fantastic. It were the bee's knees. So is it something that you're keeping, or are you going to raffle it off, or, you know, have you any idea? Have you decided what you're going to do with it? Because it is a work of art, honestly. You know, from my perspective, it's a work of art. You know, the YouTube, you know, what you call it?
Play button.
The play button. Yeah, it were absolute brainwave. You know, and I can remember you saying on Sundays it were top secret. I could see why now. You know, oh, he's not sure yet. You know what I mean? It is, you know, a work of art. But you know, it's same as Azy says, it's one of a kind. You know, and I can't, you know, you've played a blinder there, Azy, with it. You know, the design, and the workmanship and everything.
It could be yours because I've felt this one.
You know, it's it is. I mean, what more can I say? It's out of this world. It is one of a kind, and yeah, you know, nobody else can say. This is my bad. Tagged the wrong person. But yeah, you know, I mean, when all's said and done, it's Ainslie knows his stuff. He puts a lot of work and everything into these guitars, and you know, and whatever anybody pays for them, it's still not enough in you know. Yeah, in my opinion, whatever anybody pays for them, it's still not enough, because you think of hours and work that's gone into it, you know. So yeah, you know, I mean, what more can I say? Go and watch Aislie's. Morning, mate.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Good night, everybody.
I'll just put the link in for you. You know, go and watch it. I highly recommend it. It is, you know, in my opinion, it is a work of art. So I'm just trying to find the link for you, and I will put it in the
Good night, Wacky.
so scrolling. Yeah. Aisie's already put the link in.
Oh, there you go then.
So yeah, I've just put the link in as well. You know, click on that link, guys. Watch it, comment, subscribe to Aisie if you haven't already done so. It is. It you know, I can't praise him enough. It does do fantastic work, and it is, you know, it's not just a showpiece, it's actually a working, functioning guitar. So so yeah, you know, go and watch it, guys. You know, what I'll do as well, I'm going to just be sidetracked a little bit, because I'm going to share it in the group. That's my group and Chris's group and whatever. Get a few more people watching. It is, you know, I've got the link, you know, copied and pasted, so it's just a matter of posting it in you know, in the groups. So you know, I mean, if we can get people watching it, and you know, and if you're not already subscribed to Aisie, then I highly recommend you do. So I'm just waiting for this to load up. Right, I'm just posting it in the group now, Aisie. So I have put it. I've just put it in the group. So if anybody else wants to go and have a look, it's in my group. So yeah, you know, or you know, all the regulars that come in here, you know, I highly recommended it. So you know, and now he's bought new, like, bandsaw and whatever. You know, it's hi Thomas.
He's back.
if you're wondering what that link is that I've just posted and what Aisy's posted, Aisy Days has built a play button guitar. So if you want to click on that link, Thomas, it's a fantastic piece of work. Yeah, good. I mean, the last one that he did like you know, like a Volkswagen hubcap, but he actually made that for someone as a gift. Now that one, I thought, you know, every time I see Aisy make a guitar, I think that's better than one before. And I thought the Volkswagen, it got a Volkswagen hubcap on the back, and then it got like a little Volkswagen like emblem thing, and he put that on the to the guitar, and you know, he's made one out of copper piping, and all of his creations are working guitars. You know, and same as I say, when I saw the Volkswagen hubcap one, I thought, God, you've outdone yourself this time, Aisy. But then I've watched the one today, and I'm thinking, well, I thought the one before that were fantastic. You know what I mean? And they seem to improve, you know, one after other. You know what I mean? I look at, same as I say, I thought the Volkswagen one were absolutely fantastic. But having watched that one today, I'm thinking, I thought that one was fantastic, but I think this one's better. So, you know, it's you know, the man's a genius. I mean, that, you know, I know I keep harping on about it, but he is. The man's a genius. You know, and they're all fully functioning guitars. And he even made one for his little lad, like a miniature one. You know what I mean? Some as I say, you know, it's, you know, and all I can say is it looks like he's going to take after his old man, because he strums away on this guitar, and, you know, oh, yeah, it says I did a little on the Volkswagen hubcap guitar. So, yeah, but, you know, when you think about it, I mean, these things, well, how can I put it? When you look back and you think of the hours of work that's gone into these guitars, you know what I mean? It's absolutely fantastic. So the question is, Aisy, what's your next project, or is that top secret as well? So, you know, have you got any plans for the next project, or have you had any suggestions for the next project? So, you know, that's the burning question. You know, now you've finished the play button guitar, you know, have you? Oh, next one will blow. Oh, I can't wait now. So it sounds like it's top secret. William saying it'll blow your mind. So yeah.
What is it with hers? Tell me, come on. What is it?
But yeah, it's spoiling the suspense for everyone if he tells everybody.
That's not good enough.
So, you know, I will wait in eager anticipation. So you know, it's you know, am I going to be saying, oh God, I think this is fantastic, it's better than last one? But, you know, I could never sort of come up with ideas that it comes up with. I mean, you know, the ones that you've made out of all piping, and, you know, I'm thinking to myself, well, where does it come up with all these ideas? You know what I mean? Yeah, it is secret. So, and you know what I always say, good things come to them that wait. So it looks like we're going to have to wait.
No good.
So yeah, but I mean, it's like you. I mean, if you were all like me with my baking, you know, I sort of give hints out. Oh, I might be doing this for my next baking vlog, or I'm doing that for my next baking vlog, and then I might not do it and just something entirely different. You know what I mean? It's keeping people in suspense, and you know, and things like that. But I will let you in on a secret. I sent Chris 2 recipes today as regarding like pudding for Sunday lunch, and he'd got a choice between like a chocolate tart with caramel sauce or a banoffee cheesecake. So, and he chose the banoffee cheesecake. So there you go. So that'll be a vlog that's probably being filmed over the weekend. So I gave him the choice, you know. I mean, I could have just said, well, I'm going to be doing this, you know, going to be doing this weekend, and, you know, they wouldn't have had a choice. But I says, right, I says, I'll send you 2 recipes. Oh, Sophie give. Oh, okie dokie then, Thomas. But, right, Thomas is a chef. So let's say, for instance, Thomas, you had the choice, and I gave Chris this choice. Which would you choose? It's a no-bake chocolate tart drizzled with caramel sauce, or a banoffee cheesecake. So, you know, just tell me, you know, if anybody, you know, who's listening, what would your choice be between them 2?
And when they've said, I'll say why I said what I said.
That's not the choice. It's either banoffee cheesecake or a chocolate tart. Oh, he says he hates bananas. So, you see, this is the thing. Chris don't like, well, he does like bananas, but he's not fond of them. But he chose the banoffee cheesecake.
Because we always seem to be having chocolate in his cakes. I thought, something different.
But yeah, it says, sorry, I misunderstood.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So if I were to say to each one of you in the chat, banoffee cheesecake or chocolate tart, which would you choose?
Banoffee.
So I'm just waiting for your answers to see what you would have chosen if I had have asked you. Which would you have chosen between banoffee cheesecake or a chocolate tart? He's put lemon drizzle. No, that wasn't one of the choices.
That's got a bit odd one out.
Yeah. I'm just gonna I'll see if I can find pictures of them, and then I'll show you the actual right. I've got to go onto my settings as well, turn brightness down, settings, display. I've got to turn the brightness right down so you can see the pictures. So, right. And I can show you. Oh, pardon me. When it comes up with pictures. So, that is the no bake chocolate tart. I don't know what, can you see it?
No, not yet.
So I'll hold it there for a few minutes. To be honest, none, I don't like them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's the it's made, the base is golden Oreos, and then you've got a layer of caramel, and then you make like a chocolate ganache thing, and then drizzle it in caramel sauce. And Wakey's still at it, he's saying Black Forest Gatto. And this second one is the banoffee cheesecake. So I'll hold it there for a few minutes until you can see it. And that is the banoffee cheesecake. So they were the something simple. They're both simple when you know how.
Yeah, you can see that.
So that's the banoffee cheesecake. That is digestive biscuits, your normal cheesecake, drizzled with caramel sauce, and then topped with double cream and obviously slices of bananas. Yeah.
First
Yeah.
one look nice.
But both of them are no bake. If you get what I mean, yeah, you don't have to put them in oven.
Run out of gas.
Wakey says they look like eyeballs staring back at you. It all depends which way you look at it. Same as I say, they're just blobs of cream with slices of banana on top. So yeah, I mean, same as I say, the other one, the chocolate tart one, it's like not dark Oreos, obviously. They're like the golden Oreos, similar sort of thing, you know, the base, but you make, instead of digestives, you make them out of golden Oreos. Caramel sauce, and then like a layer of like a chocolate ganache. And basically it's made up of dark chocolate, cream and butter, and that's all it's made up of. And you know, you mix it all together, put that on the caramel, and then wait till it's set and just drizzle a bit of caramel on it. So right, let's just sort of how can I put it? What I know you've said like Black Forest Gatto, Wakey, but what would be somebody's favourite recipe for me to make? You know, I mean, like his friend Joy, she likes anything to do with cherries. Okay, then, Richard, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
I know what Richard would say anyway. He'd say lemon drizzle all the way. But what would be your favourite recipe for me to make? So, but you see, when I made the lemon brownies the other day with the lemon like icing, Chris says, oh, this comes a very close second, or if not, you know, to the lemon drizzle. It is basically a bit like a lemon drizzle, but the lemon brownies. Oh, I've done Yorkshire parking. If you want to have a look back on me, proper Yorkshire parking, I've done that several times, Wakey. So if you want to look, baby, and put thing in, Wakey can.
What?
That Yorkshire parking that I did. Yeah, all ingredients is there, Wakey. It shows you how to do it. Quite simple again to make.
2 minutes.
Okay, then. See you later, Thomas.
See you, Thomas.
So yeah, you know, there is on my channel proper Yorkshire parking. Now, you know, I've seen parking made with oats and whatever. This is like it is a proper Yorkshire parking. So Okie dokie.
Is it your furnace?
Should be. So yeah, so if we ever meet up, let's say Wakey, you'd want me to make you a Yorkshire parking. My mum's parking is great, wife's is terrible, she knocked off next door's wing mirror. But you'd like this Yorkshire parking, Richard. You know, it's same as I say, I've seen 1 or 2 parking recipes. You see, Callum made it, Bree made it with oats, but this is like a parking, a proper parking, like a cake. So, so yeah, you know, but same as I say, that's another thing that I've made several times because it's quick, easy, simple enough to make, you know, and it's absolute. The only downside of it is it's very sticky, if you know what I mean.
I'm going through your file.
It is very sticky. So I'll just while he's looking for it, I'll see if I can see it.
Ah.
He found it.
Aha.
Aha. Aha.
Had it.
Yeah, crunchy.
I'm just going to find it.
Johnny says, I've just got back in and he says it's sticky. Oh my God. We're talking about proper Yorkshire parking, Johnny 5. Yeah, Chris is just going to put the link in. So if anybody's interested and want to make it, then you know, there you go. Chris has just put the link in. That's the link. That'll take you straight to the Yorkshire parking. If anybody's interested in making it. But I was saying, Johnny, I've seen several parkings. You see, Callum made a parking, but he made it with oats. Now, the one I've made is a proper Yorkshire parking. So, it always goes down well when I make it. But the only problem is, if you eat it with your fingers, they're all sticky. It is very sticky. So yeah, that is the proper. You see, I have inspired somebody to bake because Joy, our friend, she not baked in years, and she says to me, she says, I don't know whether it were a daughter or whatever, had asked her to make parking. So I sent her this recipe for parking, and she sent me a picture, and she's made it a couple of times. So then she says her husband were being a bit obstreperous, and he said, I want you to make a Victoria sponge. So I sent her a recipe for a Victoria sponge because I always use the Mary Berry one. So, and then she sent a picture back to me. She had made him a Victoria sponge. So, and she said she'd not baked in years. So yeah, you know, and that same as I said to Chris, if I've inspired Joy to bake, then I've done what I set out to do, and I've inspired one person at least, you know, and that's why I do what I do. It's to inspire people to bake. So my gran didn't use measurements, just chucked it in the bowl until it looked right. But you know, it's I mean, I tend to stick. Well, I want to say I tend to stick to the recipes. Like when I made John roly-poly at the weekend, I'd got 2 recipes and they slightly varied between the 2. So what I did was I sort of combined the 2, let's say. You see, last time when I made the jam roly-poly, I just chucked it on an oven like a baking tray and left it and just put it in oven. Well, as you know, what I'd done is I put it on worktop, and it's a very sticky dough because you use suet, obviously. So I had difficulty in rolling it. So I'd seen several other baking channels, and what they did was they put a sheet of baking parchment and put the flour on the baking parchment, so it made it easier to roll. And I'd never heard of this before, but it also said to boil your kettle and put some boiling hot water in a roasting tin under the shelf where you're baking your jam roly-poly. Does Harry Redknapp? No. and it also said a piece of foil, and then on top of that you put a piece of baking paper, slightly grease the baking paper and put your jam roly-poly on that, brush it with egg, sprinkle it with sugar, and then do it like a parcel, like, you know, fold it and put ends in and everything. Turned out perfect. So Tracy does nice dumplings and has nice dumplings. Well, you see, that were another thing as well. Chris had said to me, oh, we haven't had spag bol in ages. So it got all stuff on Monday, and I made a spag bol. And then he turned round and he says, do you know what else we hadn't had in a long while? He says we hadn't had stew and dumplings. So I thought, here we go. He wants me to do stew and dumplings now. He'll be saying after that, oh, we hadn't had meat and potato pie in a long time. No answer to that one. Having beef stew and dumplings tomorrow. Well, you can go to Wakey's. You can share his with him. I can make a mean spag bol. Well, you see, Chris had never made one before he met me. It says you're a fussy little shit, aren't you? But you see, in mine, I put a red pepper, chopped onions, chopped mushrooms. I fry the mince, let that drain while I fry onions and red pepper and mushrooms. A bit of tomato puree and garlic, and then I buy a jar of bolognese sauce. So once, you know, I've done all that, I put the mince back in, put the bolognese, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah, you know, and that's what, you know, basically, you know, I mean, people say, oh, why do you put, you know, I don't use tin tomatoes, I use tomato puree. So
yeah, we cheat.
Yeah. You put lol Connie 5. It says, who's Connie, you racist git.
Well, Connie!
But anyway, it's auto correct on his phone, Johnny. Well, that's what he blames it on anyway. Might be the fact that he's, you know, is blind as well. So yeah, you know. And then, as I say, once, because I did spag bol on Monday. We went to stew and dumplings in ages. I have actually got a dumpling mix in them drawers as well.
Well, there you go then. I know what I'm getting from shop tomorrow.
So yes, I've already got the dumpling mix.
I'm just waiting for some sarcastic comments coming out from the chat.
He says it's his new trans name, Connie. So yeah, I've already got the dumpling mix. So and then he'll want me to make meat and potato pie. I have actually got some. Is it flaky pastry? I've got in freezer.
Like that.
I not dumpling mix. Make them with proper. I have got proper suet because I bought suet to make the jam roly poly with. So
I wouldn't be sarcastic, but yeah, right.
So yeah, and then once I've done meat potato pie, I'll start we haven't had such and such for a long time. You know what I mean? The list is endless. He'll be asking for shepherd's pie after that.
Actually, we haven't had shepherd's pie yet, have we?
Hi, Kate. So,
welcome back, Kate.
Well, you know where kitchen is.
It's in there.
Yeah. Well,
I do chips.
You one that's saying, he's put meat in tatty pie. Great idea. See, I'm getting them ideas, you see, now. So yeah. Have you been feeding him at all? You wouldn't think so to hear him, But some as I say, I mean, it's easy enough to chuck together, but it does. You see what Ian's put? I think Kish should bake a cake and upload it without any help from Jeanette.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just take it out and pack it out of its box. Here's what I made earlier.
He has been known to bake, Ian. I mean, you made them biscuits, didn't you?
I did.
And then you cooked Callum's birthday cake, but that was the all-in-one method. You just took everything in a bowl and Bob's your uncle. So fresh out the box.
Too right.
Then Jeanette will be ill.
Thanks, Ian. No, if Ian ever comes down here, I'm going to bake him a cake, especially for him. Nobody else to touch it.
But yes, he did do a good job of the Callum's, not this year, last year, Callum's birthday cake. But it were basic chocolate Victoria sponge, and all it is, Ian, it's you just chuck all ingredients in a bowl, mix it, and that's it. Bob's your uncle. That's why I let him loose on it. Why else would I won't trust him to do anything else. So but it was the simplest recipe, and it's what they call all-in-one method. You just chuck flour, cocoa, eggs, sugar, butter, everything in a dish, and mix it, and then bake it, basically. I must admit, I did do the decoration. He only baked the cake, but hey ho, I once did an Anthony Worrell Thompson recipe for chocolate chip cookies. Expensive for all the ingredients, but well worth it. So, but you see, the thing is, Wacky, I mean, I don't know whether you've seen, did anybody see the post I put up where I got them drawers free off the marketplace on Facebook? It was somebody basically just down road. They were getting them away free, and I've been saying to Chris for months now, I could do a set of drawers, them plastic stacking drawer things for all my ingredients, because we've got 2 double cupboards on wall, and basically that were all full of my baking ingredients. So I says to him, I could do a set of plastic stacking drawer things for all my baking ingredients. Was in workshop till after 6 tonight. Had little heater on, still one more to go and feels much warmer. Well, that's it. So yeah, so now I've got all my flowers, my sugars, you know, my spices, you know, my decorations. And but you see, this is like a tall one, Ian, the big, I mean, same as I said, because you can't grumble for no woman would just, and it's even got a lid on top where I put like me my piping bags, and you know, I could actually do another set because I've still got a few things that I couldn't fit in there, like me golden syrup and whatever, you know. So basically these is full up. It left cupboard bare. You know, but there weren't no room, you know, like my cocoa, that's still in cupboard. My golden syrup, that's still in cupboard.
Yeah, because that leaks everywhere.
No, that were honey.
Oh, that honey were it?
That were that honey. So right, if I got a jar of honey, and obviously he must have laid it on its side. And I, yeah, I says to him, I says, "Oh, can you get me, were it not icing sugar, caster sugar?" He says, "There's something sticky all over it," and I says, "It's that honey." It's, you know, I'm uploading that Nick plug in for Photoshop. I'll DM you the link for the download when it. Oh, okie dokie.
I'll just put that.
See, I can tell what he's going to say now before he says it. Here's me saying I weren't going to go on for long, and about an hour and 3/4 later, and I'm still live. Oh, well, there you go, baby.
What?
Ian says Aldi's selling the same one, same height, the lot.
What?
For £4. Them drawers.
Oh, them drawers. Oh,
yeah.
Cool. What about see the meters?
I know he's retracted it. Probably.
Be dodgy. He's retracted it.
Well, these the ones I've got here, and I don't. You've probably seen pictures anyway. These are black.
Yeah. But
so
has it got a flip up lid at the top?
Well, it don't matter whether they've got a flip up lid or not.
Yeah, but that means it's deluxe.
But these, same as I say, it's ideal because it's got a flip up lid, and in that flip up lid, I put like my piping bags and my piping nozzles, and I've got some like cakes, my cake like scraper things, you know, when you're icing cakes. So that's ideal for that. You know, not like big items, you know what I mean?
Well,
and
big on that, so.
I'd be there forever and a day. I'd need a skip for all my baking tins, so they're still in cupboard. So
well, we all know you're a bit retractable, Johnny.
You let have a look in. Where's nearest Aldi to us? It's on that roundabout, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just off there. Right.
Yes, he is Gordo.
Well,
he says, "Are you near your lappy?"
I am.
Yes, he's on his laptop.
Just checking lots on what we have one.
So yeah. But if Chris can't get one from our Aldi, you let her. Woman just passed me before with a pallet full of them. Well, we've got no chance then, have we? If they're buying them by pallet load. But you mean you can't go wrong with me, and you know the everything's in one place. I've got my flour in one, all my sugars in another, all other bits and bobs like desiccated coconut, and I've got some hazelnuts, walnuts, they in another, and then in my bottom one I've like got all my spices and my, you know, like my little decorations. Oh, well, I didn't know. He says no, she was putting them out on a pallet.
Oh.
For sake. Hey, you have got to explain better, Ian.
Well, it just says woman just passed me before with a pallet full of them. It doesn't say she was just putting them out on shop floor to sell. How did
you have stuff, you know? But I mean, if it were like me and you read that, a woman just passed me before with a pallet full of them, like she bought a pallet full.
She's nuts in another drawer.
No, I said my flowers in one, my sugars is in another drawer, and then like nuts and
nuts in another drawer. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like my desiccated coconut and everything.
Drawer's not big enough for my nuts.
Oh dear. But yeah, some as I say, the ideal for what, you know, everything's in its place, if you know what I mean. So if I say to Chris, or just get me some self-raising flour, or just get me some plain flour, he knows the top drawer, like my baking powder and my bicarb soda, they all in bottom drawer. You know what I mean? If I say to him, just get me this or just get me that, he knows exactly where they are. I like. Naru's being facetious.
Yeah, I can't take that, boy. Where?
So, but anyway, same as I say, I could see them flying off its shelves anyway, because at £4. Man, you can't beat these because they were free.
Yeah, ours were free.
Yeah. That was deliberate. Where he put I like destination coconut. But anyway, same as I say, you see, Chris, I don't very often use coconut because Chris isn't fond of it.
Yeah.
So I don't use it all that often.
Moderation.
But I have used it in, you know, in some. Oh, that's another thing. And all like ground almonds and things like that, they all with coconut and walnuts and hazelnuts. Well, now he tells me. He says they've had them for a while, at least 2 to 3 weeks. So, but hey ho. So.
Had them in for a while, at least 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He could have bought one. They could have took it down. He could have brought it down on his skateboard. Booster board.
You're letting it to that one. Was it near? Not, or is it?
Yeah, it's
Waitrose. There's one there.
Just off the London Road.
Is that Lidl or is it Aldi?
No. It might be Aldi.
Anyway, same as I say, there's one not too far away. You didn't tell me you want one. I'm a DJ, not a mind reader. But not to worry. Chris is going to nip to our Aldi and see if they've got them in. If not, you can get me one.
I told you, Ian.
So, yes, if they ain't got them in our Aldi, you'll have to get me one. I'll ring you and let you know. And I'm not a DJ these days, just a button presser. Well, you said it.
I said nothing.
But hey ho. So are you out DJing tomorrow then, Ian? Is it tomorrow? What day is it? It's Thursday tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah. Till midnight.
I'm in Aldi a lot daily anyway. Well, some as I say, if Chris nips to our Aldi, if ours ain't got them in, then I'll You know, if our Aldi ain't got them in, I'll drop you a message and you can nip and get me some. So, but yeah, Chris will pop and see if they've got any in ours, and if not, I'll let you get me one. Ian Matthews, how late do I need to come on to catch in United? 12th of never, maybe. But I do sometimes stream in my pajamas.
Mr. Man in the shed.
So there you go. But nobody knows what my pajamas look like, only Mr. P. So yes. What were I going to say? I forgot now. I'm having a moment. I see what Ian's put. You can get absorbent pads for that.
No form tonight.
Yeah, Ian says he's in his bed, not his shed at this time of night. So, but anyway, same as I say, you've got to get up early in the morning, Ian, to catch me in my nightie. Well, not my nightie, because I don't wear nightie, I wear pajamas. So, oh, now I know what a tap and die set is. Does anybody else know what a tap and die set is?
What?
It says, here's a question for you, Ian. Have you a tap and die set with an M3 size tap? It's something that you put, you know, like on screws, the grooves. Put grooves on things with it.
Put grooves on things with it. I never sit down a bit.
Yeah. No, I know where a tap and die set is anyway. I'm the walking encyclopedia. I know a lot. I re-thread or make new threads. See, you make threads with them.
There you go.
See, I'm not as green as I am cabbage looking, you know.
She Googled it.
I haven't. Have you seen me look on my phone? I do know what a tap and die set is, actually.
She did it sneakily.
So yes, I do know what a tap and die set is. It can actually do the, you know, tap and die. It's basically you put a thread on something. So there you go.
There you go.
So yes, I'm not very DIY-ish. My hobnail boots make a great noise as tap shoes. So yes, I'm not. You know, I'm a bit lost. You know, all these technical terms for, you know, DIY stuff, but I do know what a tap and die set is. Oh, there you go. You see, one is the long bar thing, and like he says, he needs to rethread 2 holes. That they've got long bars that you put into an hole and make a thread, but there's also a round thing that you actually put the threads onto whatever it is you want to go in hole. Simple.
There you go.
So yeah, Wacky says he's made some long bolts from old bike spokes. So yeah, so yes, I do know what a tap and die set is.
Right.
One's the long bit, like what Johnny's on about, and then the other one is like a round bit where you actually make the groove things. What?
Callum's
Oh, his bag.
His bag out. Oh, by the way, Nick, that thing that you gave me, it's installing. It looks like it's going to take a while.
It says, was it straightforward? It's been a while since I... But it just said it's installing anyway. So, I've asked 3 garages. No one will install the tow bar. Oh, dear. So, what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to shut the live stream down. I want to thank you for all your patience and understanding, you know, as regarding me not going live and everything. I do appreciate everybody that's been here tonight.
And just to give everybody happy thoughts in the dreams.
Hello! Oh, Gordon Bennett, you're about deaf for me then. So, yeah. I didn't know tow bars had fannies. But thank you for coming in. Thank you, Ian, for popping in. Ace's been in earlier on. And I thought, oh, Ace's just come back as I'm saying cheerio to everybody. I said I weren't going on for long. So thank you for everybody coming in. Ace, Johnny 5, Wakey, Ian, DJ Ian, Kate, and everybody. I'll see how I feel on Friday. If I'm feeling okay like I do tonight, I will be back Friday. So I'll see you all on Friday, and thank you for joining me. Bye.
Bye.
Guess what I forgot?